Hey everyone, I'm Heather Catlin here with Tyler Hoechlin. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So you just got in here, but you've been to Atlanta before.
I have.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Tell me kind of what you love about Atlanta.
Well, I tell you the first thing I love about Atlanta is the first thing I think about every time I come here is a bar called Ormsby's.
Yeah.
It's the
You
place
like the bocce ball?
I swear my castmates and I probably spent every night there, either bocce, shuffleboard, shooting pool, throwing darts, anything. That was our go-to. So I'm always excited to go back.
It sounds like you're being steered into the right directions then in Atlanta.
Yes, very much
That's
so.
good. Any favorite restaurants?
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh God, you know what? What's Two Urban Licks was like our go-to spot. That was like every year we started the show, which I guess was 2 years here, plus the pilot. We would go there for like our cast dinner to start the season. So
nice.
It was kind of like our, hey, let's go to Two Urban Licks.
So I always like to ask the actors who come in here, who've been around the business for a while, what's the difference between acting and staying in Atlanta compared to New York or LA? Like with the people and the interactions you have.
I really haven't noticed too much of a difference. I mean, the crews are amazing. That's for sure the one thing we all missed the most when we moved back to LA was the crew. It was just great people. But I mean, other than that, I mean, you kind of know who else is in town. Whereas like if you're in LA and New York, you just kind of assume there's a lot of things going on. You don't really care to check. When you come here, it's like, oh, well, what other productions are there right now? So you have friends on other shows or doing a movie or something. So that's kind of like a fun little thing to just be like, oh, I wonder who's here and what part of town they're all staying in. And it's like
you have like an elite Facebook group, like checking in.
Yeah. If I still remembered how to use Facebook at this point, oh my God, I have one, and my parents get mad at me all the time. They're like, "Do you see the photos I put up?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." I'm so sorry. I was like, Instagram. Get an Instagram. I was like, I flip through that a lot more often. So.
Excellent. Well, you're here premiering Everybody Wants Some at the Atlanta Film Festival.
We are.
It's in its 40th year. That's excellent.
It's crazy.
What's that like to be a part of it?
It's amazing. I mean, it's been kind of a weird thing with this movie. I mean, South by was the 30th year, and we got to open that up, so that was kind of a cool thing. And then doing the the 40th anniversary here. This movie feels special to us for so many reasons already, and it just kind of keeps falling into like these cool little things that just make it feel even more and more like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of project. So
now this film is being called the spiritual sequel of Dazed and Confused. Explain that.
Spiritual sequel in the sense that obviously both films are inspired by our incredible director Richard Linklater's life, kind of his experience of high school and college. And it's just got a very much like the same feel and tone, kind of. So like when you watch it, I think you get that same feeling of when you watch Dazed. Like you really feel like you're kind of in this world, and it's what Rick does the best. It's a window into the life of these guys, and you just kind of get to sit in it for a little bit and experience it and walk out going like, oh, that was fun, and like I feel like I know those people now. And for me, like I love that because it's not often anymore that you get a film where you leave and go, I know 13 new people. Yeah. Like I know the character and I know who they are and I know who they remind me of. And when your friend does something, you can relate it to those people. It's there's a lot of explosions and everything now, and those are fun and it's great. But it's also nice to just watch people. People can be interesting. So
absolutely.
I like that.
Just sit in that airport terminal and just watch.
Exactly. I know. No one does people watching anymore. It's like now you sit and you do your Twitter, you do your thing. It's like no one actually just sits and like has a coffee and like just does people watching.
Of course, you can't be creepy about it. You
but
gotta be.
It didn't used to be. It didn't used to be. People watching was okay, and now it's like weird. It's like if I'm at a restaurant, I have a rule where I don't touch my phone if I'm like with one other person and they get like up to go use the bathroom or something. I'm like, nope, just sit and look. And then you're like, I feel like I'm the awkward guy. Like you feel awkward now. It's so bizarre.
But I like that
changed so quickly.
Nice. Okay, so I love in this movie how you play a jock, a baseball player, and in real life you played baseball in college.
I did.
So kind of tell me, I know you didn't play baseball in the 80s, but in this movie you did kind of compare and contrast the 80s compared to when you went to college.
It's kind of a cool thing. Rick had us watch a documentary called No No about Doc Ellis, and he kind of wanted us just to get the attitude of ball players back then, and you wouldn't really think that it'd be a lot different, but it really was just because you didn't have, the same thing with a lot of things today, you didn't have the media coverage and things like that, so the attention wasn't so on you all the time.
Right.
Now baseball is a little bit more polished, guys are branded and you're looking for endorsements and things like that, so you're more politically correct and you're kind of trying to keep your stuff together.
And you have social media on you all the time.
Exactly. And so back then it was a little bit dirtier, a little grittier, and like guys were just guys, and then you just did your thing. So we kind of tapped into that attitude. So that was fun. It was kind of fun just being, dirtbag baseball players for a little bit.
That's awesome. And you came out of this movie with a great friend. You're now rooming with somebody from
I am, Mr. Ryan Guzman. We came up with I never actually made it in the movie, but we always called ourselves Mac and Cheese for our characters. He likes his cheese and got Mac, so we got a place together now, and it's been great. We're both really focused and working hard right now, so it's been good, keeping each other in check and keeping each other working hard.
I gotta imagine that's kind of a fun time when you guys are both home. You don't really have anything going on.
Yeah.
What do you do in your downtime?
We shoot a lot of pool. We play a little ping pong. Those are the two right now. We got a dartboard and we have a foosball table coming in.
Ooh,
so it's literally like a big kid's arcade now. Yeah, it's
like your own
start charging
fraternity.
admission at the door. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
No worries.